Bri The Savage. Now, the thing about this girl is she was a part of the first generation of my cosplay. The thing about Bri is she's one of my favorite cosplayers. She wasn't really that high at the list at the time, but she got really high towards last year when I really got to know her. You see, what happened was this is I met her at a time where, you know, I was dominating, where going in was just a thing, you know, like when I would take a hot cosplayer, you know, I'd take my hand, I would grab her butt a little bit, and then the photographer would be like, hold up, we want you to do that a little bit more, like, hold up, let me get another one, one more, and she was loving that shit, literally. My hands were all over her behind, and the great thing about that is, I had a lollipop at the time, and she just happened to be Android 21, and she's like, oh, what is this? I was literally at the top of my game at the time, and I literally, when I found her, it was fucking savage, because I met her, I'm like, ooh, this is really fucking convenient, because the whole thing about that is, I was the cook. What happened was this, is, that lollipop was to symbolize the fact that I was Sanji at the time, and I had this cookie set on, I had everything fucking matching, that shit went so fucking hard. And so literally what happened was, I just literally, she wasn't, you know, too much of the time, but she was pretty good. She was a good handful, but the best part about that was, literally, she wasn't different from any other hot cosplayer that I grabbed. And the crazy thing about that was, literally, what happened was this, so, it's like, I already met an Android 21 with the first fan base, so I met another one, I'm like, ooh, okay. So that's what happens. What this is that's called being responsible in your base form. And being responsible in your base form means that I already came prepared for like everything. So like everything pans out the way you want to when you come prepared, and literally, and that's what happened. I was known as the cook at Crunchyroll, and literally, she topped it off. So what really went crazy was this is, I really didn't push too hard for that girl, but that was just because I was a school jack at the time. And so literally, that was just a part of my stage performance. Like every time I would go to a convention, I would end up being that player. I would end up literally also having great interactions with people. You know, I was known as literally a cool guy on campus, literally. Niggas was playing Naruto Opening 7. I'm like, oh, I love that. That's my favorite. It's like, oh, you are my man. I was known as the MVP at multiple fucking conventions, and that was the motherfucking shit, bah. So what happens is, we were absent from each other for a long time. So what happened was this is, she was back when I was in my prime, and she's one of the examples of the reason why people already know who the fuck I am. They know I'm the cook, they know I'm Mootrix, they know I was the Bay Area editor for Tizzler. You know what really went hard about that shit is the fact that I've proven that I could do it on and off. So what happened was this is, literally, time goes by, and the next year comes along where I come to Crunchyroll again, and I see Bri again, and she doesn't know that it's me. So what happens is, when I cosplay as Kizaru, literally, I'm here the first day where I'm at the dance, and literally, the next day when I see her, she's in a Deadpool outfit, and I end up pulling her number, and she didn't even know who the fuck I was. This is a girl I grabbed in the past, and literally, so this is literally so fucking crazy. What you nerds fail to realize is the reason why they couldn't set me up was because of that main reason. These people already fucking know me. You have to fucking understand that. And she didn't even know it was me at the fucking time. That is the laws of the fucking universe. You have to understand that. That is something I can do on and off over again because I have mastered it. Literally. Later on, I realized that I pulled her number, and she didn't even know it was me at the time. But you know what? When I didn't grab her is when she started chasing me. She's like, who the fuck was that dude with the yellow pin fit? So she started stalking me right after. So she literally reminded me, dude, I am motherfucking Sasuke. She was literally on my job harder than ever at the time. She literally hacked my phone, got my location, and literally started stalking me over and over again. She didn't care about my habits, you know. You know what was crazy as fuck? Is she was there when I quit my job at Home Depot. So here's what happened. When I said the shit that I said to the security guard, like, fuck off. And then I went for the third day to get my shit. What happened is I purchased an item at Crunchyroll, and they were acting gay to me. So I went the next day because I had an item reserved. I was able to get my shit and I got out, literally. Full cosplay and everything, literally. Went in, got in, and got out my shit. So you nerds need to shut the fuck up that I was running away from a problem. No, you guys created a problem and you guys failed to take responsibility in that situation. You set me up. I didn't do shit wrong. I called out that you set me up that day, literally. If I really was gotten in trouble, I would have automatically got fucked up the second day because literally, when I was Kizaru, I had a specific wave to my fucking hair. And the next day I had fade so I can be Connie, and they tried to say that I was incognito, which is fucking bullshit. I'm like, you let me in for an entire fucking day, and then you let me in the second day for multiple hours on end, and you think you can get me in fucking trouble? Nothing that you fucking say adds up, which is why you guys didn't get me in trouble. And then I came to the next day to get my shit, and they're all like, oh, you're being clever about the situation. You knew you were in trouble, then why was I there for an entire fucking day? Why the fuck did a security guard pass my ID up? If you think I'm a so-called fucking predator. They got mad because I was getting too much pussy. It had nothing to do with me being wrong. It had nothing to do with this and that. It had something to do with them cockblocking me. All those security guards did was cockblock me, and they took the right people's side, and that's all that fucking happened. So the next day, after the security guards give me shit, after they pile up multiple fucking straps, they try to pull the whole dumb shit. When the going gets tough, you get tougher. So I'll come back to my Home Depot job, and this white guy is literally wearing a pink suit, and he tried to say you didn't do the right fucking thing. You should have did what you usually do and got over with. So literally, I went in and I'm blasting my fucking music, and he's like, turn your music down. So I turned the speaker completely off, and then he's like, use your headphones. I'm like, hold the fuck up, motherfucker, you don't have to tell me twice. I already did something bad. You only talk to a little kid like that. He's like, boy, this and that. Literally, his face got red, and Bri was stalking me the entire fucking time, and Bri saw right through that situation, and she knew I had the right to leave, and I left, and she loved that situation. Girls love how you handle the situation like that. He was abusing his power in the situation, and that's why he got karma. Literally, it didn't matter to fucking me. Literally, I'm like, I'm gonna tell the other fucking manager. So I told the other manager, guess what they did? They did some high school shit. I'm like, dude, this guy literally tried to mistreat our fellow coworkers. See, literally, she didn't respond, she didn't do anything, and she left. So I'm like, okay, if you're not gonna have my back when I'm trying to do the right thing, of course I'm gonna fucking leave. Just like I Crunchyroll, I did the right thing, so of course I'm gonna fucking leave. And these nerds and everybody keeps on trying to say that I'm running away from fucking a problem. That literally, oh, if you didn't say what you said to the security guard, you wouldn't be in jail by now. I'm like, you guys let me in to have a second chance because you caught me in a complex situation where literally you started the whole shit. And Bri was stalking me for an entire fucking day that day, and literally, so what happened was this. So the nerds, they tried to support the statement. They thought they were grown men. It's like, you know what, man? It doesn't matter. You still have work the next day. It didn't matter how hard you have it. Literally, if you were to stay with your work, you would have had this and that. So guess what they fucking did? That same day when I quit my fucking job, when I got home, when I spoke to Fat Ass Blunt, I played an hour of Ultra Ninja Storm, and I literally lost every single fucking game, and they kept on trying to stalk me because they sent a clan member out to literally stalk me. I was being stalked by a clan member, and Bri was stalking the entire time, and they're all like, oh, when the going gets tough, you get tougher. We're gonna add on to your fucking stress. We're gonna make sure you run away from that fucking problem, so we're gonna make sure you can't just play your precious video game in peace. We're gonna make sure that you're gonna continue the gang stalking. This is what happens when you run away from a problem. So they kept on beating me in Storm, and they kept on literally doing clan members shit, literally hacking the fucking game, literally doing shit that I don't know how they're doing in the fucking game, literally sending higher ups from clans to try literally fool my perspective that I'm a little kid, that I ran away from a problem, and that I'm doing what fucking street thugs do when they get caught in the situation. Oh, when they come, I'm not gonna say fucking nothing. You can't hold it against me. I know my rights, and literally that's how most street guys run away from a problem. And they try to say I was just like them. I'm like, nope. It's a different situation because you set me up for a trap and I didn't fall for it. And so literally what happened was this. So Bri was watching me the entire time, and her pussy is getting wet, and literally the entire fucking time she's loving the way I play, and literally she's like, oh my god, the way he's playing is so fantastic. Literally the strategy he's using, this and that. She didn't care if I was losing because of the way I was playing. I was way more intellectual with the way I was setting up my traps and with my supports and shit. Literally, she knew that something was wrong. There's no way that she put two and two together that he's using all this fucking strategy and he's still fucking losing. She kept on watching every single fucking game. And the game where I started to win is when they disconnected, and then she stopped fucking watching because she knew that I was being set up. But she loved the strategy. She loved how I kept on going. She loved how I kept on fucking them up every single fucking time. But they kept on literally hacking the fucking game, and see inspired me to make the movie idea understand. Because C literally was with me the entire fucking time. She didn't stop for one bit. She loved the way I play. She loved the way I set up my traps. She loves the way I'm so fucking intellectual when I play that video game. And they literally are so fucking ugly. They do shit that guarantees a fucking win, and that's not good. Twists and turns, literally, when you know the end result every fucking time, it's fucking boring. That's what literally my way of playing makes it way more entertaining, and they fucking hated it. And they tried to install that lesson, and guess what? I only suffered for that one day. And guess what? When I stopped working at Home Depot, I got better at my personal hobbies. I got better at Yu-Gi-Oh! I got better at Storm. I got better at every fucking thing because I quit a shitty, abusive job that got in the way of my habits. When I was working at Home Depot, they cut off my schedule so I wouldn't be able to play. I couldn't go to the gym on time. I couldn't go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever there was a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament, I had to fucking work. There were some days where I had to miss specific conventions because I went to work. They literally got in the way of my personal fucking hobbies. And speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Bri was still stalking me even after that, all the way to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Club, and she became my favorite fucking stalker. Bri was so fucking savage. She stalked me all the way from when I'm playing Storm to when I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And she called me Sasuke every fucking day, and I fucking love it. Every fucking time I would play, she literally loved it. And at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Club, oh my god, she loved it even more. She was my #1 fan at Yu-Gi-Oh! Her favorite match is when I faced this one guy when he kept on spamming, they tried to play with strategy because people kept on telling them that they couldn't beat me with our control deck and not proving that point. What happened is he had the Synchro Monster. We went 2 out of 3 games, and he had this one Worm Synchro Monster that literally can literally do a whole bunch of shit to your deck. It can remove spells, it can do this and that. So what happened is I beat him the second game, and then it comes to the third game when I murk him because what happens is this. The second game, he gets popped because what happens is he summoned the same Synchro Monster that he beat me with the first game, but he couldn't do that the same game because what happened is I counter Synchro summoned and I summoned Black Rose Dragon. And everybody knows how Black Rose Dragon works. What happened is I used Black Rose Dragon and I popped his Synchro Monster. And I won the game, and literally she was like, oh my fucking god, literally. This is what I'm talking about. Girls love intellectual things. Girls really love smart guys. When you guys watch Ella and Nettie, this is one specific episode where everybody falls in love with Nas, but Nas ends up with Double D because Double D is the smartest. Girls are built of intellectual properties. They're not based off muscles, this and that. They may be attracted to muscles, but personality is way more stronger than sex appeal when it comes to women. And she loves the way I have twists and fucking turns that everybody else has to control. Like, she hates when literally they use cards that manipulate the entire fucking game to a point where you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, dude, if you're guaranteed to win, why the fuck are we playing? And Lily, she started Lily talking to her girlfriend. Did you see when he Synchro summoned Lily at the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Club? They're all like, yo, I won't let you Synchro summon Lily on that anime shit. Like, bruh, she was Lily, my favorite stalker at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Club. And she literally loved when I played every single fucking time. See, literally, the strategy on top of strategy on top of strategy, the twists and turns just turned her mind into a whirlpool. I was her favorite member of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Club, literally. She saw her power in every single game, whether it's Storm or fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! They would always do something to control the situation. And that's what happens is I knew I made the right decision when I quit my job at Home Depot because it got in the way of my personal hobbies. I was losing way more when I was at Home Depot because I didn't have time to practice. But once I actually did something realistic, once I actually gave myself time to get to know the game, I was literally one of the top players in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Club. Literally, I was competing against Rizzo decks because literally of how ferocious my gameplays were. My deck was unpredictable because literally everybody chooses an archetype and I infuse different archetypes into my deck. Motherfucker got Magic Cylinder with Black Rose Dragon. I will fuck you up in Yu-Gi-Oh! But there's a downside to Bri. There's a really, really big downside to Bri. There's a part of her that I love and there's a part of her that haunts me. I became the school jock over time after Fan May, after Nerf and Pito and shit, after all those literally ferocious gameplays at Fan May, all that great shit. Literally, I became the school jock of anime, and so many nerds tried to bring me down, saying that, yo, he has to pick one side. He can't be this dancer, he can't be this and that, he can't be this hip-hop fanatic like anime at the same time. He has to choose one side, and literally this and that, and literally it didn't matter because I mastered all these traits when I was young, and literally what happened was this. Literally, so Bri started stalking me when I was on the swings, when I listened to my iPod and I was enjoying my shit, and I nod my head because literally I could do some shit that makes me look like a tryhard, that makes me look like a show off, but every time she stalks me, I'm like, no, I have to remember what Mr. Pleasure said. Literally, this is literally anime dialogue that I do in my head. Whenever she fucking stalks me, I have to be like, yo, I have to pretend she's not fucking there. I have to do this and that because this is literally, if I lose my control again, I'm gonna end up in the same place where I was at, and I can't let that happen. I can't get too fucking cocky. Whenever she's around, I really have this urge to show off like the school jock, but I hold it inside because I'm like, if I do this, then I accept the curse mark and I will disappoint Mr. Pleasure. Literally, real Admiral shit. You nerds be on that Admiral shit that falls flat every time because you know you guys are just chronic rankers. No, I can't. I can't try too hard. I have to listen to Mr. Pleasure. Literally, in my fucking head, I became Sasuke. Nigga, I am Sasuke. That's the shit that I could be doing. There was this one time when I text Bri when literally I tried setting her up. I'm like, yo, you trying to play Fire Z? And she left me on red. I'm like, alright, you got an Xbox? Literally, all the nerds were literally so fucking mad when I sent that text message. He's all like, the most popular guy in school just asked her to prom. Well, that's fucking karma for you, boy. You have to understand that literally, I earned this motherfucking shit. And Bri is literally one of my favorites and shit like that. She wasn't the only one, but she literally was one of the top contenders. At first, I did consider her father at one point, but literally, the amount of love, the amount of effort she put into me, literally made me consider her literally on my top 20 list. She's not top 10, but she's definitely one of my top 20s where it comes to cosplayers, where it comes to my girlfriends, where it comes to all that shit. She was literally up there. She might be a top 30. Might be. But she will forever be our reminder that I am the school jock. And that's why every time I play a Sasuke, niggas get mad because nigga, I am Sasuke. Nigga, I am Sasuke. Why I say that Xbox line? Because I am Sasuke. My motherfucking baby mama calls me Sasuke. Fuck out of here. Whatever you getting, Ben call me Sasuke. Nah, but Bri is a motherfucking savage. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do, you have to realize that this is the story of literally somebody who was forced to be humble, that literally went through treacherous. I've had that curse mark on my neck before. I've done wrong before, literally. I've learned from that shit. I almost lost an arm in real life. I know how to be humble and shit. I know right from wrong, so you nerds literally being spoiled brats, this is gonna help you one bit. I can tell you that right now. I spit fire like Sasuke. I'll fuck you up like Sasuke. I'll steal your girl like Sasuke. Cause nigga, I am Sasuke. And Bri's fangirl literally inspired me so much. See, Bro be confirmed canon in Nons. There is a character that I'm saving in Nons that's based off Bri, and she's confirmed for the 3rd movie, and her name is Briske. I will be announcing another cosplayer who I am deeply in love with. Will be confirmed from Nons of the Curse of the Elephant statue. So more profile videos are on the way. I'm trying to really jam more profile videos into season 2, but this is the theme of season 2. And without further ado, this is Bri the Savage.